Welcome to Justin's Cabaret. All your desires will be fulfilled. Oh my God. So this is my first time. I think this is my first time talking to y'all since my birthday. Girl, I wanted to do this little thing, but my birthday was chaotic. It was a lot. Girl, I talked about it on Patreon. It was a lot going on with my birthday. Ooh, it was a lot. Yes, so Justin's Cabaret. Girl, the reunion, that is ghetto. That is some ghetto mess. And speaking of that, I was watching a little Instagram story. What was it? An Instagram little thing of Neighborhood Talk. Shout out to them. They were sharing a video of, what was that? Oh, it was from the interview that I guess the owner or CEO of, what's the name of this thing? The Zeus app. Somebody, his company is gonna be, you know, worth $1 billion and all that. And this is no shade to folks, but it's just like, this is no shade. But like, it just reminds me of like how people talk about all the good things and they don't share all the real stuff. I don't think that Zeus is worth $1 billion. I think Zeus has the potential to eventually be worth, you know, close to it. But it's not giving $1 billion right now. It's not giving. Girl, if y'all was worth $1 billion, like I can say, oh, King of Reeds is worth 200 million. It's giving 200 million. But when people come and start like actually evaluating, doing something, it doesn't mean anything. And you can go in and pay attention. Look at y'all lighting is not the best. The production and all of that. Like, girl, I think y'all have a nice amount of subscribers. I think y'all are smart. Y'all doing this stuff like y'all supposed to be doing. But it's not giving $1 billion company. It's not giving $1 billion company yet, but it's giving there. So moving on, let's talk about, since we talking about streaming service, we talking about all of these, like these, you know, these new companies. Let's talk about OnlyFans, because OnlyFans is out here saying, girl, look, we need share help. We ready to make some more money. And you would think that OnlyFans is a $1 billion corporation, it's a $1 billion company, but it's not. It's not got there. So they're talking about getting to the point where they might ban, they're like banning explicit, you know, content. And we all know what that means. And we all know the hit that's gonna take to like folks who perform sex work. Sex work really saved people during the pandemic. And it's been saving folks, but OnlyFans was saving a lot of folks who could make money, a nice, decent amount of money, or extra income in the middle of the pandemic when the federal government was not out here taking care of folks. The states weren't taking care of people. Folks were out here making it work. They was posting pictures of their toes, they were posting holes, they posting everything. They just clapping, they creaming, they making coffee, they making tea, lemonade. The girls was doing what they had to do to pay these bills. They were doing what they had to do. And now OnlyFans, these folks have built their platform, built their audience, built everything around this. And now y'all out here saying, oh girl, it's not giving that. We need to make some more money. We're gonna take the route of Tumblr and we're gonna have to ban some explicit content. So I'm very curious because folks was like, how this is OnlyFans is gonna flop, what is going on? I want to see OnlyFans numbers. I want to see what they are looking at before I say that, because there is a reason why OnlyFans is saying, hey girl, we might want to reconsider this and see if we can find some coin somewhere else. Because I don't think that they're making a dumb decision necessarily. I think it's a trash decision, but I think it's about capitalism at the end of the day. And I don't think necessarily that OnlyFans is, you know, yeah, they are. Yeah, you can't give it. I don't think that it's giving anti-sex work. It is, but I think at the end of the day, these folks are looking at profit, which it does make an anti-sex work. They're looking at profit. They're looking at, girl, we want to make some more money. So I like, if it was a way for them to make money, which I'm pretty sure it is, they want even more money. It's about greed. I guarantee OnlyFans is making a decent coin. But let me tell you something, y'all service are trash. Like, let me tell you something, girl, I'm gonna be completely honest. When I'm watching my content and I'm getting it, I don't need it to be buffering. I don't need, like, girl, whatever y'all doing, y'all need to fix it, because I'm watching stuff and it's buffering, she's circling around, and I know I got good internet. I know I'm turning Wi-Fi off. I'm trying to get to the point. And the stuff is crap. Like, girl, y'all need to get y'all site together. That's not making no sense. But I'm not surprised that something like this is going on. I'm not surprised. Because like companies do this thing where they built like things off of marginalized folks. Fox did it with all the TV shows that was on Fox, and then once they got the, you know, they numbers up and made their money, they start like letting these shows go. So this is what happens. This is what happens. Now you got a lot of folks out here making jokes and saying, "What y'all gonna do now? Y'all gonna have to go back and forth to work. Now y'all gotta go get 9 to 5." Da, da, da. I feel for trans folks. I feel for women, non-binary folks, femme folks. Girl, I don't know about y'all cis gays, girl. I don't know about y'all. I don't know about some of y'all. I don't feel bad for y'all because y'all like some of y'all be out here. Y'all politic is anti-sex work, and then you perform sex work, which is really confusing to me. So now you seeing like how real this stuff is, because some of y'all have built your complete personality around just being desirable. And you're so used to getting your way and stuff like that, that, you know, like now this is happening. It's like, oh God, 'cause I know some of y'all been making some coins. I don't think I don't think OnlyFans is going to do it. I really don't know if I believe it or not. I think they're probably trying to see the conversation. But there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on. There's a lot of things behind them just saying this. I think what's happening is these banks and stuff do not want to be out here, you know, potentially putting themselves at risk for some stuff. I guess a lot of like underhand stuff that goes on that we have not talked about, that I won't talk about on here, that I can see them saying, "Hey, girl, we got to find a way, because I don't want to be out here. We out here investing and doing this, and then y'all got underage this and that and all that." But it's already there. It's on Twitter. It's on social media. It's everywhere, to be honest. But there is a conversation. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. Let me know in the comments. So let's talk about, we're gonna move on and talk about Miss Falyn, girl. Miss Falyn. Let's talk about Miss Falyn, girl. Some Simon's ex-boo thing, ex-wife or whatever. Girl, she is pregnant. Now, her and her boo thing did a little YouTube video. They have a YouTube couple channel. And, you know, she announced that she's pregnant. I think she what? I don't know what the trimesters are. I don't know about all that. But she good and pregnant. And remember Simon had said that she was pregnant. He said that he accused her of cheating. She said she didn't. She wasn't pregnant, but now she is. Now Falyn and put this YouTube together with her boo thing and think that folks gonna go watch. It's not giving that, girl. It's not giving that. Like, I don't know. Like, it kind of like absolves Simon and Porsha a little bit, but not too much, because it still look messy boots. But girl, like, when did she get pregnant? Like, it just lets you know how things may appear to be and how they are actually. Because girl, they were filming this last year sometime. So girl, what is going on? Girl, I got so many questions. I don't think that Porsha is going to be on this new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And if she isn't, I think she's probably negotiating more pay and more money, as she should, because Porsha will be bringing the storyline. I heard her boo, her husband or whatever he is this week, they do have a new like show they're working on together. They're doing something because Porsha has stepped away from Dish Nation. So girl, she will no longer be doing Dish Nation. So Porsha got her teeth fixed, girl. It's giving that, girl. Ooh, girl, let's see. Ooh, girl. You already had hers. She already had hers. Let's talk about Kenneth Petty suing the justice system. Girl, Kenneth Petty said, y'all need to take me off that Target registry because, girl, I ain't did none of these things. Now, Kenneth Petty is trying to get his name off the New York sex offender registry. Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, is suing the justice system to have his name removed from the, we're gonna call it Target offender registry. Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, wants to make a significant change. This is on Hot 97. As a report on Jasmine Breen, he wants to have his name removed from the sex offender registry in New York. Kenneth claims being on the list is causing him problems. According to legal documents, the article reports that Kenneth had the opportunity to appear in court to challenge the risk given to him back in 2004. Still, he claimed he was never notified and he was incarcerated. He also said paperwork was sent to an address he didn't live at and the other signature was forged. As a result, he's suing the state of New York and the criminal justice system. Woo! I don't think it's gonna give that for you, Kenneth Petty. I don't see that happening for you, boo. You can try. You don't have the money. Your wife has the money. Nikki has the money. She can make that like something maybe shake, but I don't think it's giving that. Girl, I don't know. I don't know. Now let's talk about this Jeopardy mess. Cause girl, I could have swore that Mr. Reading Rainbow himself had this down pat. But girl, when I did my Googles and I did my research, they said that Mr. Reading Rainbow was at the lowest of them, girl. They said his numbers was the lowest of all of them. But Mike Richards was at the top. Now, this is what Jeopardy should have done. This is what Sony should have done. They should have taken a chance. Y'all took a chance on this white man, and look at the results he gave y'all. He has been like old allegations of sexist comments, stuff that he said on the podcast years ago is coming up. All of these things. So it's like this man has been a producer on The Price is Right. He was actually in the talks to help find somebody to replace Alex Trebek. So this man, like y'all ain't did no type of due diligence. Y'all ain't did no type of research on this man. Y'all just take him for his word. And now y'all out here and Alex Trebek probably somewhere like Baga. Like y'all are embarrassing his name and his brand. Like, Alex Trebek was the most least problematic white person on the face of this earth. And then y'all replace him with somebody who has all these things coming out to work. When y'all could have just said, hey girl, like, let's get Levar, let's get him, and like, let's change it up. Y'all don't want to bet on black. Y'all don't want to bet on black like that. Y'all don't want to bet on black. Y'all could have just did that. Like, the numbers, of course his numbers were low. I can see that, but girl, that's because I ain't like, a lot of y'all the folks who watching Jeopardy are elderly white folks. Like, girl, I ain't watching Jeopardy, but I guarantee you, Levar would have been able to change that stuff around. He been like, y'all could have popped something in there and made it work. Y'all could have made that work. Introduce a new generation of people watching Jeopardy. Introduce a new generation of people to watch Jeopardy. I guarantee you, it was getting traction online. But it kind of reminds you sometimes that, you know, just because stuff is like trending and all of that other stuff and it's getting talked about, doesn't always translate into something else. Because everybody who I saw was like saying they was gonna watch doing all the other stuff, but when then you look at it, it's like it wasn't enough people. But we also have to remember that black folks are the minority. There's a lot who not interested in seeing no black person on television, but I think, you know, Jeopardy could have taken a chance and said, hey girl, we're gonna see what it's giving. And just had that stuff. Like, I just think sometimes they just like, girl, no ma'am. So Mike Richards, and this is coming from the New York Times. Let me read this to y'all. In a tape ceremony on Thursday at the Sony Pictures lot in Culver City, California, Sony revealed that the Jeopardy studio would be renamed for Alex Trebek, the beloved host who died last year. Mr. Richards smiled as cameras rolled, and Mr. Trebek's widow and children looked on. Less than 24 hours later, Mr. Richards had quit his hosting gig. Jeopardy production was placed on hold, and the show's fans were struggling to understand how a television institution and staple of the American living room could have botched a succession plan after 37 years of stability and success. Mr. Richards stepped down on Friday after revelations of offensive and sexist comments he made on the podcast several years ago, just 9 days after Sony announced his new role with a great fanfare. He wrote in a staff memo that moving forward as host would be too much of a distraction for our fans and not the right move for the show. A mess. A mess. A mess. That's what y'all get. That's what y'all get. That's what y'all get. Like, I don't feel bad for y'all. Y'all could just say, hey, you know what, girl? You know, that's first of all, y'all didn't even do no work on this, man. Y'all so focused on numbers that y'all didn't even do y'all due diligence to make sure that this man didn't have no problematic past. How y'all not know about this stuff and he was the producer on The Price is Right? Like, how did this man get through with all this stuff? And then the only thing that kept Levar was his numbers were not that good. When he had all the fanfare, all of the talk on social media, all of that thing, like, y'all could have turned that into something. Y'all missed out on the opportunity. Missed out on the opportunity. It makes absolutely no sense at all. Girl, a fool. I'm gonna end this second part of this video. I'm gonna talk about Awkwafina and her black scent, Cause baby, let me tell you something. When they put up their old clip of her on what was it, Ocean's 8 or something, I can't remember. Where it was like it was the women, it was like all the women's crew, and baby, they had Miss Aquafina on there, and she was out here talking about follow the cars, all right, talking in that black accent, and now she wants to come out here and talk about something that, you know, oh girl, it's not giving. I'm going to be out here playing some character for y'all. Girl, your whole career is based off a black accent, and you can tell from her commercials and her stuff that she be doing now, she has slowly but surely let go of that stuff. The accent kind of this, what happened to your accent, Buck Wild? What happened to your accent? But it's that conversation of like everybody is benefiting from black culture except black folks. Like this woman can come in and she can give all this ghetto aesthetic, all this other stuff and blackness and whatever. All these stereotypical stuff, she can get deals doing all this. Like, girl, it's a mess. It's a mess. And I ain't never been no fan with her. She makes me itch. Girl, her and Tiffany Haddish, girl, y'all can shoot both of them to the moon. But Miss Aquafina, even the name Aquafina, like, what type of name is that? That name by itself is anti-black. The name itself tells you enough. So Aquafina is the definition of cultural appropriation. Like, she can get out here and do all these things and still get in rooms that black women do not get access to. Now here it is. A 2020 interview with Vice has been circulating where the Queens, New York native says she would never do an Asian accent because she didn't want to offend her own people. This is a hypocritical point since she used African American vernacular English with no regard for offending black people. I refuse to do accents, she said. I'm not okay with someone writing the Asian experience for an Asian character. I make it very clear. I don't ever go out for auditions where I feel like I'm making a minstrel out of my people, out of our people. But you have no problem making a minstrel show of black folks. Sounds about right. It sounds very on brand. Very on brand. Like she... Girl, I can even get through crazy rich Asians because of her. Like, it was too much. What's she playing, the bird from Mermaid or something? I don't know what she's doing. I don't feel like, I know she playing some new role. She gonna be using that black accent. I just don't want to hear her voice. Makes me want to go fleet, to be honest. So, because I want to get all of it out of me completely. So, girl, y'all look up Miss Aquafina. Like, know that these folks out here benefiting and profiting off of our culture, off of stereotypes, minstrel type shows. Like, they're doing it. While like black folks are getting denied. So, a conversation. So now it's time for my mental health check-in. I want to offer a trigger warning to folks who are watching and just let you know that I will be talking about something that might be triggering for those. But it's important that I do talk about it for my mental health and for me, so I can go forward. So giving you a moment, might not be time for you to watch it right now, depending on what space you are at right now in your life. So Wednesday, I found out that my brother passed away. And it has really taken a toll on me. And it is still unrealistic. Right now, I am feeling like I have lived 5 years like in dealing with his passing. Me and my brother bumped heads more than often, but I loved him and I cared about him a lot. And right now, I'm still trying to figure out why can something like this happen to me and my family, considering all of the things that we have been through in the last couple of years. I don't know how to deal with this and this type of situation because my content is fun, funny, informative, all of these things. And I don't know how I can continue to do these things while grieving. And this is the reason why I have not been able to record this week. I just haven't felt it. I wanted to record to at least get the content out so then I can make a post and just move on. Right now I'm in the process of going home. I think I finally have, been able to process this enough to get on the road, and I will probably be gone probably for the next week and a half, or however long my family needs me. But I appreciate all of you, your love and your support that I know you're offering me right now at this time, because my family needs it. They need it. I think it's one of the worst things to hear your mother cry. And that is something I cannot get out of my head. I love my family. Y'all know that. I love my mother and father. I love my cousins. I love my brother. But this is a lot. This is a lot for me. But I appreciate you all for giving me so much support that I can go and be with my family for a little while. I cannot promise that I will be putting out content the next week. I cannot promise you that I'll be back in the next week or two, but I appreciate you for giving me the time and the opportunity to grieve and to deal with this. I love you all so much, and until next time, I'll talk y'all later on. Bye.